Good morning, guys. Good morning once again. Welcome to South Africa Lately, a channel that discusses South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. We all know that it is happening in Mozambique at this moment. People are dissatisfied and displaying their dissatisfaction by demonstrating in the streets of Mozambique. So it is not a just clean demonstration that is happening there. People are losing their lives. People are getting injured. People are getting harmed in that mess that is currently happening in Mozambique. So you might look at this and be like, we are not affected. It's far from us. It's not within South Africa. So no, Mozambique is not that far. We all know that Mozambique is not that far. And whatever happens in the SADC region, it affects us. Hell, whatever happens in this African continent, it affects us. Anyway, former President Thabo Mbeki has voiced his views on the issue of election in Mozambique, and the elections that took place in Botswana. Let us hear from the former President Thabo Mbeki what his views are.
Maybe just before we let you go, Mr. President, very interesting time in the SADC region. We've seen so many elections in Mozambique, in Botswana, so many countries. Just your reading of this current situation where we're seeing the political landscape really just changing quite rapidly.
Well, I don't know if the political landscape changing rapidly, but certainly you've had elections in Mozambique, you've now had the elections in Botswana. I personally haven't had time to look at both in detail. I'm glad that President Masisi in Botswana quite readily decided when he saw the election results to say the correct thing to do is to call the winning party and to say congratulate them, and I as President of Botswana will not stand in any way in the way of a transition. It's very, very good response. And I do hope that even the debates, the controversies that have arisen in Mozambique will be sorted out. Given the particular history of Mozambique and the conflict between Frelimo and Renamo and all of that, I'm sure that we would be very interested here that those conflicts are matters of dispute are resolved peacefully in Mozambique, but they must be resolved. But I think what the example of Mozambique is, of Botswana is saying to all of us is that it's a good example for the region. We all say we're Democrats. We must support the democratic processes and not create any obstacles to the democracy in our countries, and not create obstacles if the people decide in particular ways against us. It's like the positions that the ANC took here. The ANC did not query the fact that it got 40% of the votes and said, well, we've got to respond to that reality. I think what Botswana has just done is the same thing. And I'm saying that I'm hoping that consistent with that regional position in support of democracy, of democratic processes, that whatever conflicts there have been in Mozambique as a result of those elections will also be resolved peacefully. But it's a confirmation, I think, of the continued commitment of the region to its own positions of support for democratic processes, and therefore the possibility to resolve all disputes peacefully without resort to violence. I think the region needs all of that, as does the rest of the continent. Thanks. Okay, Chief.
So there you have it, Alicia. A very just important time.
Yep, that was former President Thabo Mbeki sharing his views on the issues of the elections that took place in Mozambique and the one that took place in Botswana. So as usual, I don't know what your views are, but as usual, I will see you in the comment section whether you want to, whatever you want to say this time around, because this video doesn't have much of my own views. I just wanted to share with you what former President Thabo Mbeki said on the issues that are currently happening involving the elections that took place in Mozambique and in Botswana. So I'm looking forward to reading your comments in the comment. Thank you guys for watching my videos. This is South Africa Lately, a channel that discusses South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here.